Oh, all my power is out, and I think there's someone in my apartment. I'm really scared here. Wait a minute. I just realized something. My clock is on. Power is running. Wait a minute. That means... well, my lights are working. That's a Halloween costume! How disappointing! This is my review of Silent House. Okay, after seeing that intro, if you saw the movie Silent House, you probably understood why I did the intro the way I did, with a Halloween costume looking badly in a way, trying to make it look scary. Silent House is basically a gimmick movie. It's a remake of a movie made in Uruguay under the same name, Silent House, and I don't know if the original film is anything like the American version, which I saw. So I'm just pretty much judging just the American version itself. I've never seen the original film, but this is a gimmick movie. The gimmick is that it's a continuous shot, 88 minutes, continuous shot in real time, and you get to see what is happening. It's kind of like found footage, but not, because there's no character holding the camera. Instead, you have the camera following the main character around, Sarah, played by Elizabeth Olsen. Yes, Olsen, remember the same family that the Olsen twins came from. It is the Olsen twins' younger sister, the one with the talent. I've never seen her in any other movies before. I hear she's done other films. I would like to see other films because I'm sure they're much better than this. Our other characters are John, Sarah's father, and her uncle Pete. The three of them are fixing up an old summer home in the wilderness, and they want to sell it off. The house has no power because the rats have chewed through the wires. There's mold in the house. It's locked up from the inside, and it's locked up this way because they don't want people getting into the house. There's been squatters getting into the house, and they don't want that to happen anymore. So that's why that's why it's locked up from the inside. You see Sarah running around all frightened and trying to get out, and realizing that the windows aren't boarded up. It's boarded up because they don't want anybody getting in. And also there's no phone service, and cell phones can't work out in this area. Yeah, that's a perfect setting for a horror film, right? Yeah, so they're pretty cut off from the world. Sarah meets up with Sophia, who's played by Julia Taylor-Ross. She's supposedly an old friend of hers, and then Sophia leaves later on, and meanwhile, then Pete leaves to get some supplies to work on the house, and pretty much it leaves her and her father alone. Sarah then gets scared by noises and thinks there's someone else in the house with her and her father. And she starts running around all frightened and everything. And then she finds her father very bloody, unconscious, and as she gets even more scared, she takes the key from her father's pocket. It's a key to one of the locks in the house, and she's trying to find a way out. And when she took the key from her father's pocket, she also grabbed a knife from the kitchen, and then she leaves the knife on the floor. Stupid. If you think there's someone in the house with you, you shouldn't leave the knife on the floor. I don't know why she did that. She still runs fighting. Very, very frightened and crying, trying to find a way out. The key doesn't work on any of the doors that she tries except for one door, the cellar door. And so she's forced to run out through the cellar. And when she finally gets out, she sees a little girl, and then she doesn't see a little girl anymore. Then she sees Pete. She tells Peter what happened, and they go back to the house to investigate. When they get back to the house, Pete goes in the house to investigate alone, leaving Sarah in the car. And this is where we get the iconic scene from the trailer where she sees somebody in the back from the rear view mirror, and she runs back inside. And they start looking into the house together, and they find a blood stain on the floor where her father's body used to be. So they don't know what happened to the father. Where could John be? And they continue to look through the house for John. Peter has a gun with him when they're searching through the house. They go into the billiard room. Sarah does not grab a pool stick when they're in the billiard room. Again, stupid! You should grab a pool stick. Something to defend yourself. I mean, I know Pete has a gun, but just in case. Pete does get knocked out by the so-called intruder who has a pool stick. Gee, I bet Sarah wished she grabbed the other pool stick when she had the chance. And then this is the point where we get the iconic scene from the trailer. If you watch the trailer, you hear Polaroid shots going out. Yeah, she's using a Polaroid camera to be able to see in the dark because now she doesn't have a lantern, and I think her flashlight went out. Batteries are out or something. She also runs into the bathroom. She sees blood everywhere in the bathroom, and she sees the little girl in the bathtub, and that makes her scared. She runs out of there. And then later on, close to the end of the film, we see Sophia again. Like weird, like, oh wait, is Sophia in on this? And Sophia helps out in bringing the finale reveal of what the hell was going on in this movie. And it's the biggest disappointment ever from a horror film I've ever seen. Pretty much. Obviously I've been giving up on a lot of spoilers already, so here's a big spoiler alert. The ending. Basically, to sum it up, it looks like Sarah is actually an intruder. She has experienced some type of schizophrenia from repressed memories of being abused as a child by her uncle and her father. And it's kind of like similar to Fight Club, split personality like that. The little girl that she sees, it's actually herself. It's actually herself as a child. What she's seeing is flashbacks of the abuse, which are probably brought back from when she was looking through the pictures, when she was looking, because before she saw the intruder, before she said she saw the intruder, she was looking through old stuff and starting to throw away some old stuff in her bedroom. Sophia is an alternate personality, an extension of herself, pretty much. Yeah, this ending does not justify how frightened. It's almost the equivalent to, let's say, maybe a little child throwing a temper tantrum over nothing, or just as I did with the intro. You're getting all scared because of the dark. You turn on a light, you find out there's nothing to be frightened of. I mean, that's what it felt like. It was such a freaking disappointment. I couldn't believe how disappointed, how pissed off I was with this ending. I never felt so pissed off from a movie as I did when I saw this. Oh my god, it was such a disappointment. This is so bad. Oh man, this is gonna definitely end up on my worst movies of the year at the end of the year. Oh man, expect this to be on the top 10. 3 out of 10. I almost feel like that's not enough. I feel like I should go lower. Is my rating. This is a terrible film. Elizabeth Olsen, you are a great actress. You did great in this movie, but the movie itself, terrible! Terrible, terrible. Not Elizabeth Olsen's fault, it's the movie's fault. A terrible movie. Very well shot though, and everything, but just freaking so terrible. And I don't understand why my newspaper gave this movie a higher rating than John Carter, because I enjoyed John Carter a lot, and I was going to begin to in the next review. But this movie, it's terrible. I don't understand it. It sucks.